Akita desu.
Stephanie desu. I'm Stephanie.
This time our video is not karate training, but something very special and something you are interested. Our channel subscribers, I think you are interested not only karate, I think you are also interested about Japanese language, right? And we have a very special guest. I'd like to introduce you. お願いします。はい。
こんにちは。
リリー先生です。
こんにちは。はじめまして。
はい。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
お忙しいところ、今日はどうもありがとうございます。
私も会えて嬉しいです。
have some questions, right?
Absolutely. But first of all, I would like to ask you, Lily Sensei, can you introduce yourself first and then tell us something about your channel?
Konnichiwa. Hello, I'm Lily from Japan. I'm from Tokyo and I make videos to teach Japanese, and also sometimes I make some videos about karate vocabularies. So that's why we are here.
The name of Lily Sensei's channel is Japonés con Lily, which can be translated with Japanese with Lily.
Yeah.
But it's not only about the language, you can learn a lot for your karate practice, and also there are so many other topics. I saw you have many different playlists about anime, for example, and bonsai, and can you tell us a little bit more?
Yes, and about the Japanese culture in general. For example, about anime, not only anime, but the words that used in anime and the explanation, and about a little bit about the stories, but not spoilers, and also about some Japanese traditional cultures too. And I think you like it.
Me too. Please check it out. We will write down the link below, of course, and you can find it easily then. Your videos are in Spanish language and also in English language. Is that right?
I make 2 videos for each topic in Spanish and also in English. But there's an English version too.
Really great service, I think.
I teach karate, but I'm not a language teacher. Often I am asked, what does it mean, this and that, and it's difficult to explain. But Lily-san, word by word, also some related words, and make very interesting and clear to understand. So I'm sure you will really like.
Yes, and it's also for all levels, not only for the advanced people, but you also teach Japanese from scratch for the beginners, how to write and everything. So I should visit your channel much more often than I do right now. Because I need more practice.
Lily-san also do karate.
Yes.
That's how we met. Lily-san knows all the karate people in Spain where we are now, and also Naka Sensei from Japan and all other masters.
Yeah, but really beginner. I began karate because of you and Naka Sensei. Do you remember? I didn't do any karate at first. When I met you at first, I didn't know anything about karate. I was there for the translations, the Japanese and Spanish. Some years, or 2 or 3 years, I was just translating. But both you and Naka Sensei, we were in a dinner in a restaurant, and they asked me, why don't you begin karate? No, I'm too old. The first, I'm too old to begin now karate. I have never done any kind of martial arts, and I don't think I like it. I think it's too difficult for me. Like, you were discussing this. Oh, no, you can try.
That was a good decision, Lily Sensei, to start karate.
In your channel, how many karate words you have videos?
Yeah, 75 videos.
Really deep things. The latest one is about tanden, right?
Yeah.
So the concept of tanden, you must watch, definitely. It's really good. I have written down some questions here. That's why I have my little device here with me. I can ask my questions if that is okay for you. Yes? Yes? Okay. I was thinking a little bit about questions from the point of view of a karateka. So the questions are karate related. First thing which we meet very often is the word sensei. I think it's very interesting to understand about the meaning. So please, Lily Sensei, could you explain about sensei?
Sensei. Well, sensei in kanji, means the person who was born before you, elder than you, is more experienced. Just because they were born before. So that's why with sensei, we always think of lots of respect. So the sensei, this word is a very beautiful word. When we say, for example, Akita sensei, this is just so, this is with respect.
I think not only in the karate world, the word sensei is around, but for example, I would address you as sensei as well, because you are teaching Japanese, and there are some other persons you would call sensei.
Yes, for example, at school, the students call their teacher sensei, just from 6 years old, sensei, sensei. And this is really beautiful word, so for all kinds of teachers who teaches something.
And even doctors, medical doctors as well?
The doctor, here in English maybe you say, for example, Dr. Smith, like this. But in Japanese it would say Smith Sensei. This is for the doctors.
And I think lawyers, is that right?
Lawyers, yeah, exactly. So when we want to say with someone who knows something and who are very professionals, we say with sensei.
Very interesting. Akita sensei, what is sensei for you? Who is sensei for you?
Well, for me, who taught me karate, I call them sensei. And also maybe science, teaching Japanese language, somebody teaching, I call sensei. So that's why I call her Lily Sensei.
Here in Occident, they say, for example, Sensei Akita, like this, Sensei someone, but it's not correct, right? The first, the name, Akita Sensei, not Sensei Akita, Sensei someone.
So it should always come second after the family name.
Sensei, the last one.
I see. And is it also okay to leave away the family name and just say sensei if I address somebody directly?
Yes, that's okay too. Sensei, konnichiwa.
Right. But what sounds a bit strange in Japanese ears maybe is to leave away the sensei, right? And it's also difficult for us because you in Japan you have the concept of addressing somebody with a family name and not with a first. So who would you address with first?
When they are very familiar with you, then you can use your first name. But usually in Japan we use the surname, the second name.
And then also we sometimes hear the word shihan. What is shihan? Who is it, and what does this word mean literally in the translation? So Lily Sensei, maybe you can explain about shihan.
I think shihan is someone who is in the special grade in some states, different states. But there are many sensei, and shihan is just one part. Every shihan is the sensei too. But not every teacher is shihan. So shihan is a very specific word. I once asked to Naka Sensei, should I call you Naka Sensei or Naka Shihan? They said, he laughed. Naka Sensei is okay. So I think for the shihan is very elevated word. No? I was looking in the internet, and shihan, special teacher, like a sensei, but I think they, for example, other martial arts or maybe in the Japanese dancing style too. Shihan is someone, I think you need some kind of certification or like that. Shihan is it's like a specific, right?
Shihan to be a good example to
this person must be very good for the society because they can teach something very well. And also shihan is the word for the Japanese culture. Not only karate do, judo, like martial arts, but also ikebana, nihonbuyo, Japanese dancing. Also there are shihan. No? So shihan must be some very example person like that.
Another important word for the dojo and for our relationships between each other is the concept of Kohai and senpai. Could you
Kohai
explain
and senpai.
about the word themselves?
Yeah,
What do they mean?
Kohai and senpai, and this word is not only for martial arts. Usually we first began to use in high school. Senpai is someone just elder than you. Even only 1 year. For example, 16-year-old boy and he's at high school and he must say senpai to 17-year-old. And they usually speak with respect. KANGEIKO. So the senpai is someone elder than you, and kohai is just the opposite, the contrary. So someone who is younger than you. In karate, maybe the someone who has initiated before you, senpai, and who just began is kohai.
Right.
So that's the contrary.
Okay. You also experienced, especially in university, right? There was this concept and the practical consequences of this concept. How would you explain?
You have to respect sensei and senpai as I was kohai. That's very important.
Yeah, very important in Japan.
Often people think sensei is some kind of status, senpai is another status, kohai. It's not a status, somebody born earlier or started earlier. That's what it means. Not somebody above you or below somebody. So this point I think often people misunderstand. Sensei is just somebody from and more experienced. Senpai also started maybe earlier than you. That's why he has more experience than us. So that's why we show respect and try to learn. Other way around, senpai or sensei has to be a good example to kohai.
That brings me to the word us. So sometimes I think, especially for us being raised to always ask many questions, maybe also be happy to discuss things and so on, sometimes difficult for us to just say us, to just accept and just listen and do it. First of all, I would like to ask Lily Sensei, can you explain where the word us comes from? Is it used normally in Japan as well, or?
No, normally besides in martial arts, we usually don't say us, especially the girls. Women, we usually don't say us to someone. If I say us to maybe my family or my friends, they say, oh, us?
People laugh when I said us, but it's so handy, this word, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can use for so many things.
Somebody who don't do martial art or karate or don't know about the origin of the word, people think os is like casual word, not so popular word. That's how it is known. But the word we use, os, means very different. We use this word as a respect, writing character. Some people say os means casual way of hello or good morning, like that. But os we use is very different.
Yeah, for example, at school, the boys use us like this. This we usually write with katakana, and this is hey, how are you, like this, us. But in martial arts, when they say os, this is with kanji, or like a push. But it is like katana with stop. I've got the power, maybe the power to harm you, but I stop with my heart, because this is the kanji meaning. So elevate the word.
Control emotion.
Yeah, that's right. That's a control. Control us. You've got your self-confidence. You know you are strong, but you control yourself, and it's us. I can push, I can harm you with katana, but I stop with my heart. So the beautiful meaning is
Mainly karate people use us as some other martial arts. We believe, and it is said, this word is born in Takshaku.
The main word, of course, I would like to talk about is karate. Karate always, as far as I know, translated with empty hands, but there is a little bit more to it, especially the first kanji character.
the first character is like a sora. Sora is the sky. sky. Also, this kanji can pronounce like kara from the karate, and it is like empty. And sora is the sky, and also ku, like kuki. Kuki is the air that we breathe. So this kind of thing we don't see. We can see what there is.
Is it also a little bit like having your empty mind, like your mind is free and you just be open to everything you feel and your energy? Can it be also on that level about the ku or sora?
Yeah.
Often translated karate empty hand because we don't use any weapons. But little more philosophical also something related to the mind too, emptiness. So doing karate to learn how to focus to your mind and be able to control.
So wonderful to see the relation between karate and also like machine, these kind of things. It's so philosophical things. It's more important. Actually.
The more you practice and the longer you are practicing, the more interesting it gets, because all this dimension is a little bit opening up to you. At the beginning you are just confused a little bit about all those techniques you have to do, but the longer you practice, the more interesting it gets.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So the last one, like 最後に
今、秋田先生とステファニーと一緒にいられてとても嬉しいです。I'm so glad that I'm with 秋田先生 and Stephanie and also please visit my channel too.
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Our channel too.
Okay, great. So thank you so much.
Thank you. どうもありがとうございました。
It's a nice smile. See you next time.